I'll ask the manager if you could highlight what is changed in the proposed version.
The only thing that's really changed is the provisions relating to sending staff or putting staff that are not fully vaccinated on unpaid leave has been removed. The policy was first brought in and recommended last October. The lead was the province, and most municipalities followed. The province has amended theirs. It's as late as today, still in transition, but most communities either repealed or amended their policy, and we're recommending similar to, I believe, what St. John has put out, which is that the employer has a legitimate interest in making sure that people that come to work for you come in double vaccinated, simply because those people tend to, if they get sick, be sicker longer, and you have a legitimate interest as an employer of reducing that. So it's not a matter of legality, it's a matter of saying anybody that comes and works for you has to be vaccinated. This will only impact one employee. We've had one employee, and they will be returning to work if you adopt this policy in 2 days without any special restrictions or anything. So to answer your question quickly, I guess the only thing that's changed is removal of the penalty sections.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. And I just now, before giving the floor over, I'll speak in favor of the motion, and I appreciate staff's work on this and removing that penalty section, but keeping in the policy that new employees must be fully vaccinated. And I was driving home from meetings in Fredericton to get to this meeting, and Dr. Russell was once again on the radio saying that the single most important and effective way to stop the spread is to be vaccinated. So thank you for that. Councillor King.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a question, Mike, on the person that's never got vaccinated. When they come back to work, do they have to wear a mask? Nope. They don't?
There are no reasons. We don't work in vulnerable sector. To follow the province's lead, for instance, if you worked in a seniors home, a hospital, a jail, you have to be masked. But if you're not in those environments, you don't have to be. There are no, and it didn't seem to make any sense. These people are a bigger risk to themselves, is what we understand, than they are to their coworkers. And as I said, the interest is in preventing people from getting sick and being out longer, and that's who we understand is going to get sicker longer, unvaccinated people. So
the thing is, you know, if that one person gets the COVID, and that could spread around too, you know, that's all I'm saying. Is other people could be out for 4 days, and the person with the COVID who passed it out could be out 10 days.
We've had a number of the 150 employees tested positive out following our protocol. Our protocol is 5 days off, 5 days with masks, and you're back to work. And we've had a number. And there's no indication that any spreading has taken place at work, just so that's our understanding. So.
Thanks, Councillor King. Councillor DePlacy.
Thank you. Question, just clarity. The terminology, and I should have asked this earlier along the way, but I think it's a bit of a moving target still. Fully vaccinated versus double vaccinated. How are we defining fully vaccinated?
We're currently staying with the majority. That discussion has come up, and it's come up insofar as it's my understanding from some materials today that, for instance, the province, when it comes to vulnerable sectors, has allowed their workers to return, and those workers have to take special precautions until they are fully vaccinated. The definition the province has applied to fully vaccinated in those sectors is currently 3 shots. It's actually written to say whatever number are recommended from time to time by public health. And then it says public health currently recommends 3 shots. To my knowledge, the province has already been taken the lead on what is fully vaccinated being modified. For the time being, we will leave it at 2. But that's happened, as I understand, as early as in those sectors by the province of New Brunswick. So it's intentionally going to be flexible, is how we anticipate it, but right now there's no reason to change it.
Any other questions or comments from members of council? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in